Why would you remove the doors from a new car that hasn't even come out yet? Because there are also many parts on the doors that require a separate production line to assemble them. This few minutes video simply takes you through the whole process of door assembly. Here is the Volkswagen Sagitter door assembly line. Firstly, a positioning aid is used to apply a layer of primer to the edge of the door to assist in the adhesion of the sealing strip. The sealing strip is wrapped manually onto the machine and installed automatically by the machine. This is an additional sealing strip for the door, which some cars do not have. Pressing a button, the machine automatically tightens the sealing strip. There are two molds in this machine. One will be switched over after the other is fitted. When the door arrives, it will be installed automatically. And it will look like this when it is installed. The next step is to place the assembly list and the whole car inspection card. The assembly list is used to distinguish between different configurations and optional parts, while the vehicle inspection card is used to record the production process, so that it can be traced back later. The next step is to install the rear door locks, which require two bolts to be tightened on the side. The door lock is a key process, and these two bolts will be retightened with an EC spanner. There is another bolt on the door handle. The next station to install the front door lock. Front door lock, first tighten the outer bolts, then tighten the side. The two bolts on the side will also be retightened with an EC spanner. Use EC spanner to scan the code first, so as to facilitate the uploading of tightening data. Now we are tightening the front door bumper. The same EC spanner is used for the door locks. The door locks were replaced with a gun head with a shield to prevent scratches to the sheet metal paint, because if the original paint is scratched, it can only be scrapped. Suffice it to say, there's a lot of protection like this in the car factories. After tightening the restrictor for the rear door, the next station to install the front door. Here are just put on the follow-up fastening. This is the left front door controller. The next station to install the door handles. Front door installed after the installation of the rear door. The rear door has an extra door handle cover. So why don't you install the cover for the front door? If you've seen my previous video, you'll know where to install it. Next up, tightening the restrictors, which only require a regular electric spanner. After tightening the front doors, move on to the rear doors. This is the main wiring harness for the rear door. This large plug will be connected to the inside of the body and will need to be sealed with a rubber plug to prevent water ingress. The wiring harness also needs to be clamped to the sheet metal to prevent rattling while driving. The front door will be installed at the back. The main harness will be connected to the inside of the car. Also need to be fixed with clips connected to the left front door controller plugs. After the wiring harness is installed, it is time to install the glass lifter. There is a positioning hole on the inside of the door to ensure that the installation position is correct. The same rear door is the same. After the installation, we use the Dr. Electric spanner to tighten the nails. This kind of spanner is very common in automobile factories. Here we put adhesive stickers on the inner door holes, because the production process requires robotic gripping, so some holes must be punched. Now the installation of the glass lift motor, also installed after the front door to install the rear door, installed after the nail fastening. This is the front door jam strip. Need to brush on the lubricant before installation to facilitate the installation. The door frame strip is stuck on the sheet metal, and then install the front door pillar cover plate. The B-pillar cover plate is fastened with plastic rivets. A Phillips screwdriver is needed to remove it. Next is the rear door, which is fitted in the same way as the front door. Next, install the window glass. Many people ask why the rear door glass cannot be lowered to the bottom of the seat. Here you will understand. Because the back door is relatively small, cannot put a whole glass. This part is the front door on the collision sensor is mainly to control the side airbags and head air curtains. Now we are installing the front door trim, which we also call the lower chrome strip. After installing the strip, continue to the end of the door frame strips on the card. The rear door chrome strip installation method is the same as the front door. The 23 Sagittaire also has upper chrome stripes on the middle and high trims, while the old model only has the flagship version. There are a lot of car owners go to the internet to buy the kind of aluminum alloy to install, but not long to use oxidation discoloration, because the original factory is chrome-plated process has good chemical stability to ensure that a long time without discoloration. The next workstation is the installation of the outside rear view mirror, the inside by a bolt fastening. Because the rear view mirror with heating and electric folding, so the plug must be connected to the controller. The next station is the installation of the interior speakers. VW speakers are usually fastened with rivets. Although the rivets are not easy to remove, they are more effective in preventing loosening. Here you also need to plug in the collision sensor, and then install a bracket to facilitate the installation of the door guards in the back of the station. Next, install the rear door, although not as good as Audi's screw fastening, but more reliable than some low-cost screw fastening. You can search the internet to find out which cars have loose speakers. The next station is to install the inner door press, which is mainly used to clamp the glass with the outer trim. Then there's a waterproof cover underneath. Why leave such a big hole here? Laymen will say this is to reduce weight and cost. Watch the first half of the video carefully to know what this hole is for. The next step is to install the rear door just like the front door. The next step is to install the mirror cover in the front door. And after that, take the door guards and install them. First of all, we must connect the harness plug and door locks to open the pull wire. Photograph on the back of the workstation will hit the nail fastening. This is the triangular cover inside the rear door. After the installation of the rear door guards, also connected to the harness plug and pull wire, shoot it in. Here we start to fasten the door guards. There are only two screws. One under the door handle cover and one under the armrest. The last step is to remove the inspection card and put it in the storage box. Paste the frame number on the door. Here also need to connect a temporary power supply, used to check whether the glass lift is normal or not. After the front and rear inspection are okay, the car will be transported to the main line for preparation. The videos of other workshops have been updated. If you're interested in building cars, please follow and support us.